So the most remarkable thing about Wardaleen is that she's clairvoyant. She would know exactly when we started a creative department birthday party, and she would enter the building exactly at the same time because she knew we had cake.
Wardaleen, when I first started working here 11 years ago, you told me that you thought that I was a snob and that I was stuck up. And I told you that no, it's just because I'm really shy and I'm quiet. So, I just have a confession to make that this entire time you were right, I was wrong. I am a snob. And I'm really glad that you're leaving so that now I can be myself.
So Wardaleen has a bunch of old friends from church. And one of the bad things about old friends is that they die. And so anyway, back at the old office, if you were there at 6:05 p.m. and you saw Wardaleen climbing up the stairs to your area, you knew that you were going to be designing a funeral program that night.
I was about 2 months into my career at Sherry Matthews, and Sherry had taken us down to San Antonio for the day. I was sitting between Ward and Tootie, and the two of them were talking about how to pick up men at funerals. Like, you should always bring a casserole or a cobbler, and you should always make sure that you tell him that she was just a lovely woman. So, it cracks me up still every time I think about it. Ward, I'm going to miss your wisdom and your sense of humor, and I wish you the best in your next adventure.
Congratulations, Ward. One of the things that I'm going to miss most about you is your sense of humor and how you always take the time to ask me about my family. It's really nice. And I hope that you can take time in this next chapter to just enjoy your family and do whatever the hell you want and to not have to worry about us and our timesheets. And I promise that I will always try to be better.
Hi, Wardaleen. Here I am in Las Vegas thinking about you and all the fun times we had here and all the money you won here. So come on back now that you're retired. It's waiting for you. We're going to miss you tons. I love you. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me. You really mean the world to me. Love you.
One of my first meetings with Wardaleen was a WIC contract kickoff meeting. We were all in person, and it's the first time we were meeting the clients, and so it was a big love fest. Everyone was shaking hands and talking about how they were so excited to start the work, and the meeting was wrapping up and everyone was getting up, and it had been again just a total love fest. And Wardaleen says, "Oh, before we go, when are you gonna be issuing that PO? Can we get a date for that PO issuance?" And everyone was kind of like, "Oh yeah." That was classic Wardaleen. She could always ask those questions and got those answers that everyone needed. and some of us were sometimes a little bit nervous to ask about. So that's what I love about her. She was confident in that way, and we'll miss that.
Hi, Wardaleen. I'm going to go off script and wish you a happy birthday, because not only is it your retirement again, but it's also your birthday again. So come back and celebrate all of your birthdays with us.
So when Charles asked us to share a Wardaleen story, I thought, how in the world am I going to pick a story out of 25 years of Wardaleen stories? But here's one of my favorites. So Wardaleen loves telling people that we were once married to the same man. Sometimes it's the first thing she'll share when she's introducing me to someone. Well, one day her son Tal was in the office when we were over at South Congress, and he was just out of high school. So she introduces us, and yes, you guessed it, she proceeds to say, Karen was once married to your dad. And without missing a beat, Tal says, "I'm not surprised. I always knew my dad was a player." So it was kind of in that moment I thought, he is definitely his mother's son. So we all know there will never be another Wardaleen. Thanks for all the love and the laughter. I may not see you every day, but we'll always have Bruno and Bruce.
I'm afraid I don't have a Wardaleen story because I haven't had the pleasure, but I wanted to say happy retirement, and Wardaleen, don't let them trick you into coming back again.
Hi, Wardaleen. Greetings from Sorrento. Happy retirement again. We love you and we wish you the best, and we need to make sure that you keep in touch. We love you. Congrats.
Hi, Wardaleen. Happy retirement. I hope it is wonderful, and I know it will be. Relaxing and fun and full of family and travel, and nobody deserves it more than you. So we're all just so happy for you. And my memory of you is always going to be how cool, calm, collected, and knowledgeable that you were during all of our RFPs. No matter how last minute or harried or late they got, you were the calming influence on us all. So thank you for that. And also how generous and kind you have been to us over the years, how much you care about the company and all of us. So we appreciate that. And I wish you the best. I'll miss you. I know we'll still see you. So don't forget us. Don't be a stranger. I know you won't. And happy retirement.
Hey Wardaleen, I'm here at the Austin airport, headed to Washington, D.C. to talk to some of our favorite clients at WIC, and I thought what a better place to send you off after such an amazing career. I just want to thank you for everything you've done for this agency, and I hope that I can be a bulldog with half as much bite as you. I'm wishing you well, and congratulations. Stay in touch, and talk to you soon. Thanks for everything you've done.
Hi, Ward. Happy
Hey, Ward.
retirement from the Dragons.
Happy retirement.
Saying hi and goodbye, and we love you from maternity leave.
The baby Navy. Say hi.
Yes.
Say congratulations.
Come to Colorado. It's beautiful.
We'll be back soon. Don't worry.
Bye. Congrats.
I'll never forget the time. It was my first day of work. I was visiting Austin. Wardaleen picked me up from Sherry's apartment and took me out for a real breakfast taco, not a trendy one, the real deal. And I proceeded to spill like a 25-ounce glass of ice water into my purse. As always, unflappable, Wardaleen helped me mop it up, continued with the conversation, and has been a port in a storm for me ever since. So Wardaleen, I will miss you tons. I'm so happy you get to move on to your rewirement, as Sherry Smith once said. And best of luck to you and lots of love.
Hey Wardaleen, one of my favorite memories of you was at Christmas when we would all meet at the office and you would hand out the red envelopes like you were Santa Claus.
Hey Wardaleen, sorry you're going to be leaving Sherry Matthews. I know the organization will miss you. I won't be much far behind you. I hope you have a fabulous retirement, and let's stay in touch.
Hey Wardaleen, it's me, and I just want to say I'm so grateful that our paths crossed many years ago and that you've been my mentor since then. I do hope that this next season in your life that you have well earned is your best, and I look forward to more adventures and more experiences and more funny off-the-cuff anecdotes that you have, and I will never ever forget the juicy green beans, because they won't be juicy this next time around. And one story I'd like to share is when I told you about Sir Jerry's funeral program and how displeased I was with it, and you just jumped right into action, and I got it done, got it redone so that it suited who she was, and then you took over getting it printed for me so that we had something honorable to share about our friend that we lost too soon. I love you, and I want the best for you, and I know this is your time and this is your season. Bye-bye.
Hi Wardaleen, congratulations on your retirement and a very happy birthday as well. It's been so great getting to know you over the past 7 years, and our interactions have always been so lovely. You've been so kind and also always able to make me laugh, and I will miss that very much. So I wish you all the best in this next chapter, and congratulations again.
I was trying to think of one word to sum up Wardaleen, and I kept thinking of these two words. The first, or this was the second one, but we'll start with the second one. Funny. Like every interaction I've had with Wardaleen, probably ever, like even when I met her, probably, she's made me laugh. So I kept going back and forth between that and the first one I thought was genuine. She's just genuine. And having a leader like that has been crucial. I've been at Sherry Matthews for 15 years now, and all the genuine support and advice and feedback that she has given me personally have really helped me. So I just want to say thank you, and I wish you the best in retirement.
So I have two Wardaleen stories to share. Starting off with my first client meeting with Ward, it was with Texas Parks and Wildlife Leadership, and Wardaleen was presenting a very complicated budget, and there were a lot of items in there that the client didn't ask for and had no idea that we were working on. And so, with Wardaleen's typical charm and wit, she did an amazing job sharing this information, and by the end of the meeting, the client was totally nodding their head, laughing, smiling, and agreeing to whatever it was Wardaleen was asking for. And at that moment, I knew that she was pretty special and that she could work her magic with any crowd that you put her in front of. So my second story is a personal one, and it involved when my mother died. Wardaleen became a great friend to me and to my dad. And she spent many, many lunches listening to my dad tell story after story. Actually shared a game of bingo with us one night, and was just really there for both of us and made my dad feel like an adopted bulldog. So as my dad would say, that Wardalena is pretty special. And he's right. Wardaleen is special. And Ward, I will miss your friendship, I will miss your leadership, and I will really, really miss your listening ear. You deserve this. I'm happy for you. Go enjoy life.
Wardaleen, thank you so much for all your service that you've given to the agency over the last couple decades. I'm really happy that I got to not only work with you over the last years, but laugh with you and just really enjoy some quality time. So thanks so much for everything that you've done, and I hope you enjoy your retirement as much as you've enjoyed your time working with the agency. Thanks so much.
All right, well, we are all going to miss Wardaleen's strolls around the office to check on everybody and check on their families. Family is so important to Wardaleen, and I know, you can tell good people from how they treat others and little kids and families. And I know my kids always like to come and see Wardaleen. Nate, who as a little kid was scared to talk to adults, if he was coming to the office, he would say, "Is Wardaleen going to be there?" I think in part because he liked to say the word Wardaleen. But he also just knew she was always very warm, and of course had treats for him too. And I will remember when he was in 5th grade, his archery team was going to the national championships in Louisville, Kentucky, and she heard that they were going to have dinner at Churchill Downs. And so she sent him a huge stack of $2 bills to place on the horses. And of course that cemented Wardaleen being the coolest person at Sherry Matthews. Wardaleen, we're going to miss you so much. Thanks for everything.
What to say about Wardaleen? She can be a tough negotiator, a tough boss, a tough roommate, but she has a sweet side too. And that doesn't mean just the treats she would sometimes surprise us with from upper crust. Wardaleen knows, everybody knows, I'm a huge cat person. That's my passion, animals. I'm not even sure if Wardaleen likes animals. But when she went to Barcelona last summer, she came back and said, "I've got something for you in my trunk." And she told me it was newspaper to donate to the shelter where I volunteer. So we go to her car at the end of the day. She opens up the trunk, gives me the newspaper. Who takes the newspaper anymore? Apparently Wardaleen. But anyway, she pulls out this bag and she said, I got you something in Barcelona. And this is what she got me, this beautiful mosaic cat. So not only do I not think she was a real big animal fan, but she bought this for me in Spain, brought it all the way back and gave it to me. And I prominently display this in the front entry of my home, and pretty much everybody that comes into it says, what an incredible little statue. And I said, oh, my friend Wardaleen gave that to me. So thank you for all you've done for me, all the thoughtful things you've done for me, even all the times that you just needled me and gave me a hard time about things. I loved it all, Wardaleen, and happy retirement. I will miss you.
Hi, Ward. So I have known you for 20-something years, and I've always been impressed by your demeanor, by the way you carry yourself, by your leadership, by your strength, your calm, so many things. And I always looked at you and thought, she's really a strong leader. But that's not what defines you. And I think one thing I saw a couple of years ago, I think when your grandson Mathis was up at the office, he was so excited to be with you. And I could see your eyes twinkling every time you looked at him and talked about him. And all those things that make you a great businesswoman and a leader and have done the amazing things you've done in your life. I could see the best thing in the world was what a great grandmother. And it meant a lot to me to see that. And I hope you have time now to spend time with those that you love and obviously love you. And I wish you all the best. We're gonna miss you. I'm not entirely sure you're really retired, but I'll just take your word for now. All the best.
Well, I've got all the stories about Wardaleen, about how many times she's kicked me under the table, but I'm not going to share those today. What I want to focus on is how important she's been to the agency and to me personally for 25 years. When Wardaleen left the state as our client and she joined our staff as CFO, she started fixing things right away. Not a hub? Well, how are you going to get government contracts, she said. And solid health insurance, 401k retirement plan, set vacations and sick leave, the list goes on. She fixed all that, and then she taught us how to win and retain government clients. Now Wardaleen says for the umpteenth time that she's going to retire. And she tried in 2015, and she became a contractor, but she just ended up working more hours. Last month was her last day as a contractor, but guess what? She's a consultant now, which means she still doesn't get to leave. So, farewell and welcome home, Wardaleen.
Hey, it's Kenny G here with something special for
Wardaleen Belvin.